What's that? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we finally got the shipment of the intercooler. I knew it was coming today because I was tracking it very diligently. Anyways, bumper is back on, so I've got to pull the bumper. But before we do that, let's go ahead and open this intercooler up and see what we're working with. Box inside another box. Imagine that. There it is. Okay, so this is a Treadstone Performance intercooler. Obviously, they make less expensive intercoolers, but they also make some pretty decent ones. And this one is actually rated for 1,300 horsepower. It is a vertical intercooler, as you can see. And it has, I'll show you guys here once I get it out of here, how thick that beast is. That's not what she told me, unfortunately. It's got opposite facing inlet and outlet. So this will work perfect for the setup. They do sell this for same side, and they also sell it opposite side. And the opposite side is going to fit our application perfectly, which I'll show you in just a second once I get the bumper off. All right, so we got the bumper off. And bam, there it is. So obviously, it's not perfectly centered or straight. I just kind of got it up there on the jack, just to kind of see how it would fit in the frame rails. And it's actually got plenty of room, and the good thing is, now, I may be wrong and we may change this, but the good thing is, these brackets, once I level this out, I think we can actually utilize the brackets that are already on there and just do a bracket that connects each hole to the actual frame rail, and I think that'll be good, but we won't know for sure until we once we can bolt it up somehow and then hang the bumper to make sure it clears, because with going off these brackets, it's gonna bring the front mount all the way out here, which I think we'll still have plenty of room for the bumper, but we won't be able to run the bumper support. Now, just lean that back against there since the little piece of styrofoam I had fell. Now, if we want to keep the bumper support, we would just need to make a bracket that would go back that way to hit that bracket, and then I think we could actually run the bumper support. So it really comes down to if we want to put the bumper support back on. But I think this direction, because you could flip it and you could have the top side up high over here and the bottom down over there. But I think this way is perfect because we can route a pipe this way, come up and through. We'll definitely have to remove the washer tank, but we bring the pipe underneath the frame rail, bring it up and through here, bring it up and across to the throttle body, have the blow-off valve somewhere over here, MAF sensor somewhere around here, and then this one, with it being up here, it's kind of a tight corner, but I think it will work. Joseph's gonna correct me, obviously, when I'm wrong, because I probably will be wrong, but we'll remove this plastic piece because that's for the stock intake. But with this, if this was on, it would sit about like right there, which I think gives us enough room to put a coupler or some type of bend there. We may even have to like trim this back. Like I said, I'm not too sure yet. Joseph's done this a few more times than I have. I've done it 0 times. because this, like I said, is a universal front mount. I've done front mounts that are actually made for the specific vehicle that you're working on, but this is a universal one. So I just kind of went with what size I thought would fit. And I honestly think it's going to work out pretty decently. Like I said, we'll definitely have to make some changes, but I hope we can make these brackets work. If not, we can easily cut these off and weld a new bracket on there. And then we just got to figure out how we're going to route the piping. But I'm assuming, because like I said, the turbo sits about right here. Now, I don't know exactly. I've just looked at pictures, and there's not too many people running these kits. And I could only find one S550 Mustang running it, but no 2018s. But I did find an S550 running it. And the turbo sits right here, right in front of the driver's side valve cover. So if the turbo sits there, and the piping can come through here and hit the turbo right there, I think we'll be good. But obviously, we'll have Joseph look at it tonight, and we'll kind of see what he thinks about mounting it up. But from where I can see it, I think this is going to be good. So I'll see you guys tonight at Joseph's. I got to put the bumper back on, and we'll throw the front mount in the trunk. And then when we get to Joseph's, we'll pull the bumper off real quick because he wants to kind of mock up the front mount, just throw some bolts or brackets in real quick just to kind of hang it up there, maybe even zip tie it. That way we can see where the bumper is going to clear and where it's not going to clear, because we want to make sure the bumper does clear it. But so far it's looking pretty good. So I'll see you guys tonight over at Joseph's house.
Can we take my
What
turbo
the hell is going on here? This is streetcar life. Sorry. Anyways, so we've mounted the front mount by a bungee cord to see how much room we have. So we're trying to figure out how far we need to push the front mount forward or back. So Mr. Young has his handy dandy ruler there. Alright, so what do we figure out what we're going to do?
I think we're going to space these brackets from the frame support.
So we got a little steel spacer that'll sit right there and push it back far enough. Because the problem we run into is it being too far forward and hitting the bumper. So we got little steel spacers. These are 1.5 inch. That should push it back. So we're going to use this. That's aluminum, right?
Yes.
So we're going to use the aluminum, space it out, and then mount the front mount on there. Because these don't line up exactly. So they'll have to be like offset, I guess you'd say. So
I think it's going to work.
We're going to try it. So if you guys couldn't really picture what we were talking about earlier, this is what we've got so far. Obviously, Mr. Young over here says we're going to trim the brackets and powder coat them because he wants it to look fancy schmancy when I'm going slow, but that's pretty much what we got. And then we'll probably, I don't know, grind those down
probably.
Or get shorter ones.
Yeah.
But so that's essentially that, and then the front mount's going to sit off center on there.
Whoops.
Alright, so we're drilling the holes for the front mount. We're actually going to have it so it's level, and it's actually going to sit lower rather than higher because there's not very much room up there for the bumper for the airflow to go through. So we had to decide to either run it higher or lower, and we decided to go lower, but because the way the front mount sits, essentially the middle of the bumper blocks most of the airflow. So we went with the lower, and then what I'll have to do is pretty much take this lower grill out and drill out the little honeycomb to get as much airflow as possible. So he's just drilling out the holes, and then we'll be able to bolt it up and see how it's actually going to sit. Alright, so we've got it mounted up there pretty much where we want it. You're just marking where we're going to trim or what?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So he's just marking where we're going to trim it. But essentially, that's how it's going to sit. And it's real. It ain't going anywhere. No. We could hit plenty of crowds with this.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're just checking how it fits with the bumper. It actually looks really good. Before we were hitting up front, so we added a couple washers. And it's just sneaking up in there. It's hiding. I like it.
Okay. So David is trying to figure out where to do the exhaust.
Where's our bullhorn piece?
Yeah, go grab the bullhorn. So he is kind of thinking, because the turbo's going to be over here where the air box is, he's going to go underneath all this. And he's debating, should he come out the bumper down there in that corner,
Like so?
like so, or should he make his dreams possible and should he just do it straight out the hood?
I'm thinking straight up.
I think he should do the hood. Like, if he wants to do the hood, we can make the hood work.
How good are you at cutting hoods?
I'm pretty good at cutting hoods.
Can we do a teardrop out the hood?
I like it, buddy. I say we do it. What does everyone else think?
Yeah,
Hood?
comment down below and we'll do whatever you guys want. We got the bullhorn. Comment for the bullhorn or comment for the hood.
First comment's going to be hood for sure.
This bullshit ass weather. What the heck? It was just nice out. See how well you guys can see me. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude tonight's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Huge shout out to Joseph Young. Follow him on Instagram at StreetCarJoe. And so pretty much all we've got to do now is trim the brackets up, and then we'll paint them black so they kind of hide the brackets. But I'm really happy with how it turned out and where the intercooler is going to mount. We are afraid that it's not going to get a lot of airflow, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on the IATs. And honestly, the IATs could be an issue down the road anyways when running an air-to-air intercooler at that horsepower. So we may have to switch to an air-to-water anyways, but this will at least get the turbo kit going. I don't know what this person's doing. I'm turning. So that's something to keep an eye on, but the project is moving right along. He gave me a list of aluminum piping I need to order, but biggest question, and you guys just saw it, hopefully you commented down below, should we do a bumper exit exhaust or should we do an hood exit exhaust? Bumper exit, hood exit. Which one? Vote down below. I kind of really want to do a hood exhaust. I've always wanted to do one on all the cars I've had. I've never gotten the chance to do it. However, the bumper exhaust looks really good also. And we have plenty of room, we're pretty sure, plumbing-wise, for the exhaust route. I think we'll be okay. But make sure you guys comment down below which one we should do. We'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at VanV39. We'll see you guys on the next one.